So, like I keep telling you, how older does a person have to be anyway, right? You know, Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones, they're 35 years apart, I think. Right. Something like that, right? Okay, that's between him and her, ain't it? Ain't it? But then you get upset with me for thinking a woman's 37, which I'm 52. That's not even in the same ballpark, right? But if they met and they had a relationship and they fell in love, that's not our business, right? That's private, right? Damn. And I'm not trying to get in their business, and I don't even want to imagine, like I said about Morgan Freeman, right? And his step granddaughter, right? But it's still a step granddaughter, right? Not related by blood, but marriage, right? Meaning someone married into his family, right? Who had a daughter, right? And she's not related to him by blood. That's not wrong either, right? Now, that don't mean I'm going after Amanda herself. I've never spoken to her. Since she was a child and only to talk to Jonathan. And I asked for Jonathan, not her. I know better than that crap too, right? I'm not calling to talk to my stepdaughter, but my son, right? And I'm not supposed to talk to her that way, right? We're not related by blood, right? I don't call to talk to really anyone but Daphne or Jonathan, right? When I call. And I never talk to Amanda more than say, hey, how are you? Is Jonathan there? Right. Now, I'm not mean to her. I don't treat her like she's crap or anything, but and I don't know what to do. I got 2 stepdaughters now, but one wasn't even there in the picture when I don't even know what she would technically be, right? But I never met her either. I never even seen a picture of the other stepdaughter, right? And maybe I seen one of Amanda back in 2017, 18, somewhere in there, right? I don't remember, right? But she has a child now too, right? Now, unless she came to Georgia, I don't know nothing more about it, right? And if she did, I don't know about it. Because I don't know what that would have to do with me, right? Now, it is a lighter skin than her and Daphne, right? The child, right? But I figured she was with the lighter skinned guy herself. I don't know. I didn't see a picture of the father, right? And of course, I don't think it's me, right? I've never been with Amanda, right? Not even when she was 4, right? But when you're talking to people about your past and they accuse you of pedophilia, that's a serious charge, right? You gotta immediately shoot it down, right? Not just for your sake, but your ex-wife's sake, because she's the only one there who could have said anything about it anyway, and she didn't for 11 years herself, right? And she at least has my mother's number, even if not my number, right? I know that. But it's not as simple as I don't want you talking about my daughter on YouTube, right? When I didn't bring it up, someone else did, right? And the only way they could have got it is in my blog autobiography, right? And again, they're taking something out of context, right? And making it from a statement into a confession, right? Which isn't even in the ballpark of what the sentence said, right? It simply said I was sleeping on the couch and could have molested her, but didn't. Was on the couch or not, basically, right? Was what it was saying. And that's cause I was watching again SVU and I was just letting people know that, right? That's not a confession of anything, And even when I say, okay, I would confess it, right? What do I mean? If I did something, I would confess it if I remember doing something. But all I can do is make something up for you. Right. Other than that, too, right? If you want me to confess something, it's like in the set of Rich Straws. I don't know what you want me to confess, but I can't confess something that didn't really happen. But I can say, well, if she came in there, all I would do is bring her back to her mom. I can confess that to you, right? Even if it happened or didn't happen, right? But if it did or didn't happen, I don't remember that happening either, right? Because it wouldn't be that big a deal to me, right? It's obviously a big deal to this person, right? But it ain't my ex-wife either. I keep pointing that out too, right? The ex-wife of me went on what's called amicably, right? In other words, I moved back to base. She stayed in the apartment with her daughter, which seemed to be what she wanted, and she was content, right? And I was content to stay on base and move on. Right? And when I failed, that's what I was trying to do. Move on. I learned from Sheena, too. If someone don't want you, let her go. No matter what the problem is, you can't reason with some people, and you gotta just let it go. And even with Mary Bell, I let her go. She wouldn't commit, right? No matter how much I love you, if you keep acting like you're not happy with me, I can tell that. You're using your ex as an excuse to stay away from me, right? And acting like he wants you more than, and is the possessive one, but you're letting him possess you, right? That's the problem, right? Me, you called the police on. Just for following you once when Steve took off down the interstate. Like I know what the hell's going on, right? But I don't, right? Now, if you're dating someone new and it's within the first few months, it's not too weird to follow him if he starts heading down the interstate and you don't know where he's going with your girlfriend, right? Like I even knew her really that well herself, but I didn't know him at all, right? So I don't know where the hell he's taking her, right? But I'm over all that bullshit too, and it's bullshit. It's crap. Because she couldn't tell me she didn't want to stay in a relationship with me and use her ex, and she used to stay away from me, right? Obviously, after 18 months, that's all she was doing. It was wanting sex a little bit once in a while, right? Kind of seems that way after 18 months of it too, don't it? Right? And the same thing with Michelle, the one I actually was with. No, I was with. Right? I'm not sure what happened with the two recent Michelles, right? But like I said, one of them would have to get a cab over here, and I don't even know where she lives. And I definitely only met the other one through a nail salon, right? She was working at, and that was just getting weird itself, right? And I ain't got to go to your salon. I mean, come on, it's just in the neighborhood, right? It's not like I'm going out my way. I don't go to the one I went to the States for just to get my nails done there once a month either, right? And the one in Rincon is just as far away, right? Yes, it is. Definitely the one in Garden City, that's further away, right? So all I'm doing is, there's one in the, Food Line shopping center. I can go to that one now, but again, as long as I'm not in there for no hour again, we're fine, right? Whichever one you go out to. Right. And like I said, usually it's $38 and I tip like $8, which is 20%, right? Tip, right? And that's a good tip, right? Even waitresses and waiters expect at least a 15 to 20% tip, right? Right. Now, the thing is, if the meal's $5, like the buffet was at the Chinatown buffet, you tip $1. That's 20%, right? If it's $10, you tip what? 12. Two. 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 Because 20% of 10 is $2, right? Now 100% is $10, and then right. No. But that's the whole point, right? I tip anyone, even when I eat a buffet, Because you gotta bring me my order, right? You gotta still serve me something, right? And Kelly wouldn't listen either. Her stubborn butt, right? Think she's God's gift to men, don't she, right? She's a pretty Asian girl, and like I said, I dreamed of someone who looked like her, but that don't make it her, right? She got the wrong attitude anyway, if it's her, right? I know she does. And she was married, like I said, like I didn't know that, right? And I would come out there a few times even when you weren't working out there, right? A day, right? It wasn't always when you were working either that I went out there, right? I even went out there when you weren't working a couple times a day, right? But it is, yes, to deal with your insanity, right? That I like Chinese food and it's right down the road from my home, right? Sure. Right. But I have the money, to eat out there a few times a day too, right? You can eat out there breakfast, lunch, dinner if you want. Sure. If I eat a late meal, right? And I can do the buffet or from the menu. They got a menu too, right? I can do the buffet and then order some sweet and sour chicken or something later on, right? And just eat that, right? And that's at least 2 to 3 meals a day, right? And they close it a little around 10, right? 11, 4, and 9, right? That's it. What? How many hours is that? 5. 5. If I don't eat breakfast, and I eat 5 meals out there, right? Or 3 meals out there, right? At 11, 4, and 9, what? How many hours is that apart? 5. But you can't reason with a vain bitch who thinks she's God's gift to women or men. I don't know. Maybe both. What you do when someone's pulling your leg and full of crap. Yeah. Plus, if she's married, she didn't get pregnant and I went out there for over 3 years, right? Or even having sex with your husband, or is he getting the wrong hole or something? Something's weird. And I don't know if she had a child or not, but she never said she did either, right? Which is strange. If you're married, where's your baby? Usually people also not only have a baby, but right, a few by your age, right? Unless you're one of those he-she girls from Vietnam, right? Are you? Are you? Now you can't tell them from a real girl. They say, though I've never been. I know. But some people are so full of their vanity and think they're God's gift to men or women or whatever, and that everybody's hitting on them. That it don't matter what you say to them. It's all about them. That's vanity. That's Satan's favorite sin. Not that she didn't look like the girl in my dream either, right? But I dreamed of her before I met her, and that's all I'm trying to tell her, but that don't make it her. either. It's just a random picturesque type dream, right? And if I marry one, great. If I don't, great. I've done been with one, and again, the dream was, in a way, was already fulfilled in a point. But no. If she wasn't the one, I still gotta wait for someone. Right? But the person has to be really interested in me, which is what I keep telling you. If a Caucasian girl shows me attention and not an Asian girl first, what would I be with the Caucasian girl too? Right. The dream girl is a dream girl, right? Even if you get one, right? But I don't make her the one in the dream, or if, right, the dream is in the future, it's someone else, right? See? That's how that works. If she wasn't the real one, then it could be someone else in the future, but I still gotta meet that person too, right? And it's the one who really loves you that matters, not what the dream girl look like either, right? If it's different than the dream girl, both of them, the redhead or the Asian looking girl, right? Or Native American looking girl, right? That's all you know about it too, right? Dreams were kind of finicky. And then I dreamed of someone who kind of looked like Molly Z again, but that don't mean it's Shauna Ray or anything. She's overprotected, right? I wouldn't stand a snowball's chance in hell with her, right? And I don't try to. I would never contact Shauna Ray like I even have a snowball's chance in hell, because I don't, right? I know better, right? But I'm making a point, too, about her looking like a child but being 22. That's the point, right? It still wouldn't be technically a crime to date her, though. That's all I'm saying. I'm just can't date her because she's on TLC or whatever, right? And there's no chance to meet her, right? I'm not in her sphere, her circle of friends, or her pattern, right? Like most people really live sheltered lives, right? That's what it's called, right? And some people, even when they put themselves out there, you just want to ignore them. That sure do. Even if they're good as Jimmy Fallon, right? And you know, yeah, so then you know I am, right? But so is the sidekick, whatever, right? I mean, like I said, if you can do voices, you can do voices. It don't matter what you look like, right? It's not about your looks, it's about what you can do with your voice, right? And some people can do it, and some people can't, right? That's how it works too, right? If I'm among those who can, I'm among those who can't, right? But even if I sound like a child or an adult, right? That's part of the entertainment part of my voice, right? La 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 la. And that's from Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind, right? Where the girl is singing and flying around in the air on her little, I guess, kite. I don't know what you call it, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't know, right? Details, right? Except that I see people on TV, right? If I see Shauna Ray's show, that's all I do is watch the show, and that's all I know about her, right? It's on the show, right? Now, can Shauna Ray get to me? I don't know. I would have to card her, like I said, right? And make sure she was an adult myself, right? I know. Only thing there is I would have to card her if she showed up or not, and it would be late at night, I guess, but I don't recall, right? Not because she's a child-looking woman either, right? I just simply don't know, right? Wouldn't think she would do that to me or her family or, right? Things like that either, right? But when I go to the store and I lose an hour, 20 minutes hey, I still might could have made it to the movie on time. 2 20 minutes, that's the total time it takes to do my nails, right? Plus 40 minutes. An hour, we're doing something more in that store. And you're the culprit, Michelle. I know. You're the one acting weird about me going out there like Kelly did or something, right? I know. And it's a restaurant, and I live in the neighborhood still. It is a little out the way, but now I got a washer and dryer I got to pay for, so you might see me there once a month again, right? But only once a month again, right? And it was never about Nancy or Kelly or Sasha or the Romanian-looking girl or anybody or anybody. Though I would like the Romanian-looking girl too, right? Over Kelly if she liked me back, right? But I don't know if she did, right? And she's living with the dude. See, even if they're not in a relationship, and she told me they weren't, but it never went anywhere with her either, right? It's like, you know, I don't know, but I know, but, right, you know. I would be with her over Kelly, but she's not acting really into me, right? Enough to know she wants only me, right? And if you're living with a man, that man can be reverse stalking you to my house if you come to my house, and then I don't know I'm with you either, then... And same with Kelly's husband too, right? There's something. Always is, usually. And I'm the last to know. by the way. I'm not sure what's going on. But I keep telling you, you can't act weird just because I go to the restaurant to eat and it's down the road from me, right? It's not like I'm driving all over Timbuktu and there's another closer buffet type restaurant either. Right? There is another restaurant, but it's not buffet style. I know it's not. Though it was at one point when it was at the Kroger. The Hop Zings. Or Hop Machines. Everything. Right? That's the only Chinese restaurant there now, right? Besides them, right? And that was in the Food Line shopping center, right? I know that one too, but they don't serve buffets, right? Their only menu. Because what's the difference between if you live on Smith Avenue, right? You gotta drive either to the Food Line or to the Hot Chinatown, right? They ain't that far apart. Now, if I like the Chinatown a little bit better, that's my preference. Again, it's only weird if I go out my way to go there, and I never did that either. Now, before they opened up, there was when I would go downtown even, right? Once in a while and eat their ribs, right, or something, right? And they had a buffet too, right? But I did like the girl. Why? Is what she called herself to me, right? I met a new girl named Ha, but she was Vietnamese. But I only met her once, right? Ain't seen her again, right? And like I'm asking you, what is she doing? Having sex with me and I don't remember, or what's going on here, right? But I know. But the other person has the right to say no too, and all I think we're doing is just, what we're supposed to do during an appointment, right? Not the wall, not the wall, right? Okay, another video.